Hey everyone, today we're diving into something really special to me and honestly pretty heavy. It's a fan-made mod for OMORI called Basil's Grief. If you've played OMORI, you already know it's not a light-hearted experience at the slightest. It's an emotional gut punch, actually, and wrapped in a pastel RPG aesthetic. But this mod takes that feeling and twists it into something even more personal and raw. I've only played through day one of the 3 days available so far, but even with just that, I felt uncomfortable in the best way possible. It almost made me feel like I was experiencing Omori again for the first time, completely unsure, unsettled, and yet deeply invested. So, what exactly is Basil's Grief? It's a mod that essentially reimagines Omori's story, but instead of seeing things through the perspective of Sunny, you're placed into the shoes of Basil. Instead of the infamous white space, Basil has his own area called the safe space. At first, that might sound comforting, but nothing in Omori is. The safe space isn't actually that safe, it's full of subtle references to Basil's inner turmoil, his guilt, and his struggles with self harm. The mod does not shy away from dark subject matter. If anything, it makes it hard to ignore. Where Amori itself used dreamlike surrealism to mask its trauma until later in the game, Basil's grief brings that pain forth much earlier, forcing you to confront it right away. Playing through the first day, I honestly didn't know what to expect, but then the cracks started to show. Basil's perspective is so different from Sunny's. Sunny's story in Omori is about avoidance, repression, and fear. Basil's story, at least from what I've seen, is about confrontation. He can't hide from what happened, and the mod creators really leaned into that. There are little details everywhere, dialogue, environmental cues, that made me uncomfortable, but in a very intentional way at that. Like, the mod wants you to feel uneasy, because Basil himself is uneasy. He doesn't have the same kind of escape Sunny had in White Space. His safe space is filled with reminders. And I've got to say, it was really effective at points. I felt almost overwhelmed, but I also what didn't want to stop playing. That's how I knew the mod was doing something powerful. One thing I really need to stress is that Basil's Grief has a lot of references to self-harm. This isn't really a subtle undertone either. It's front and center, and while that can be triggering for some people, I think it's also what made the mod so impactful for me. Omori as a base game already touched on mental struggles, but it often did it through layers of surrealism. This mod strips away a lot of uh, that and shows us Basil's grief more directly. It asks, what does it look like to live every day haunted by something you can't forgive yourself for? I won't spoil specific moments since I've already done day one, but I will say that the mod integrates these themes in a way that feels raw. It's not exploitative, at least from my perspective. It feels like the creators genuinely wanted to explore Basil's headspace in a way that the original game only hinted at. This is the part that surprised me the most, actually. Playing Basil Grief gave me the same uncanny feeling I had when I first booted up Omori 3 years ago. You know that mix of curiosity, dread, and excitement? Yeah, that. The world feels familiar but warped, and you never know if you're about to see something wholesome or something that's going to emotionally wreck you. And honestly, that's what made Omori so special to me in the first place. This mod captures that feeling and reawakens it in a new way, I should say. So yeah, that was my experience with day one of Basil's Grief. I haven't seen the full 3 days yet, but already it feels like a really meaningful and intense addition to the Omori world. If you've played Omori before and you're prepared for something darker, this might hit you really hard, in both a good way and a painful way. Just be mindful of the content warnings. This mod does not hold back. I'll definitely be continuing with day 2 and day 3 soon, and I might even make a follow-up videos if you want me to cover the rest. But for now, I just wanted to share my thoughts after the first day, while everything is still fresh. Thanks so much for watching.